Throughout our lives, we've experienced the unexplainable, from bright apparitions to dark entities, changing our perspectives on the afterlife. Now we seek answers and intend to capture evidence of paranormal existence. These are our paranormal experiences. The year is 1931. Australia was still suffering from the Wall Street crash of '29, and Sir Francis Chichester, a well-known aviator, had just made history by making the first solo flight from New Zealand to Australia. However, during his historic flight, Sir Francis spotted a strange tadpole-shaped UFO. According to his description of the UFO, prior recordings early in the century describe a similar shaped craft. Was this just a coincidence, or could a pattern be emerging?
It was a perfect shape. It was shaped sort of like a pearl with a tail. And I watched this thing, and suddenly it disappeared. And I thought, well, am I seeing things? I'd had a very grueling flight. I'd had engine trouble, and I'd been waiting for hours, expecting to go into the sea, you know. However, suddenly this thing reappeared, coming towards me, and I thought, well, I'm not going to let it go this time, and I kept my look fixed on it, and it was approaching fairly fast, and then suddenly, gradually rather, it began to thin out, and it vanished in front of me, and before my eyes. It became a sort of ghost. I could see the water, the waves of the sea through it for one instant, and then it vanished.
During September of 1931 in Tasmania, there were numerous mysterious aeroplane sightings. The first sighting was reported on the 15th of September, when a supposed plane was seen close to the Needles during a foggy morning. According to an eyewitness, Mr. Hedley Butler, who reported it to the police, said, quote, that it was travelling from the south to the northwest, apparently following the hydroelectric transmission line. The aeroplane appeared to be dipping from one side to another, and then nosedived and disappeared, unquote. An investigation was proposed, and Sergeant Hainsworth of De Lorraine sent a message to Superintendent Logan at Launceston, who instructed that a search should be conducted in the nearby countryside. The search was carried out by Trooper Kearney and Mr. Butler during the day, but nothing was found. Later, the controller of aerodromes within Tasmania, Captain Martin, stated there were no aeroplanes flying around that particular time of day. A paper article explains that Mr. Butler had probably seen a bird in the mist and heard a passing motorcycle, which led him to believe it was an aeroplane. However, this sound was heard by numerous nearby residents, besides Mr. Butler. Surely someone would have been able to confirm this explanation. 6 days later, the investigation was still underway, with daily searchers on horseback still coming up short and finding the plane remains. The Mercury newspaper reported that although there were an innumerable number of witnesses that heard the aeroplane, only 4 adults and a child saw the aeroplane itself. Quote, Mrs. Young, who related the story and was backed up by Miss Young and Mr. Butler, said that about 9:15 on Monday morning, one of her little girls said that an aeroplane was passing and called out to those in the house to come and see. Mrs. Young and the 2 others saw a plane flying at a good height from a direction of the Great Lake towards the coast. There were high clouds in the sky, and the machine was underneath them and above a number of fog banks scattered about the hills. All 3 noticed that the engine did not appear to be making the smooth humming sound common to aero engines, but was firing badly and erratically. After they had been watching for a few seconds, the aeroplane wobbled as though it was out of control, and then went into a direct nosedive, disappearing behind a range of hills, unquote. All witnesses explained that as the plane descended, it appeared much larger and distinct than initially thought. They also said that the sound could not have originated from a passing motorcycle, or be possibly a bird. Other witnesses explained hearing an aeroplane around noon that day, while more reports clarified that a day earlier, on the Sunday, a plane was spotted near Ulverston heading out to sea, As the search went on, more reports came to light, but it only made the event more puzzling. The mystery even made its way over to the mainland. However, Air Commodore R. Williams explained that there were no missing Victorian pilots or aircraft. Additionally, any light aircraft could not cross the strait and back again without refueling, unless the aircraft was specially modified, but this was unlikely. Further speculation caused authorities to believe that the aircraft was connected to recent robberies in Hobart, but this would require a particular skill set. Police concluded that they did not know anyone within their own observation that could possess such aeronautic skills. Additionally, there was no prior recorded case of robberies involving planes in Australia. Ultimately, authorities could not determine what this aircraft was, what it was doing, and where it had come from.